Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Hello, everyone. Mr. Zion, how
Yes.
are you doing? Lydia, great to see you, of course. My friends, let's start our positivity conversation for this Friday. Zion, the mic is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Annie. And Lydia, happy Friday. It's so good to be here and to share the stage with each and every one of you. I know that Jim is on his way to join us. And everybody in the listening lounge will welcome you to another edition of our Positivity um, live stream. And today it's a very interesting topic that talks about positivity as a choice. If you're in the comment section, please do it to drop in your comments. Tell us where you are joining us from because we want to shout you out because this event is made possible because you are here with us. And we don't want it to go by without shouting you out, appreciating you, and letting you know how much you mean to us. Anyone join us from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, or wherever you're joining us from, do it to drop in the comment where you are joining us. And then the link to the event is in the comment section where you can be able to participate in this event. We do this every Friday. For us, it's all about spreading positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. We have seen the transformative power of positivity, and we don't want to enjoy it all by ourselves. That's why we are bringing it to you, for you as well to be able to experience that transformative power that positivity can bring to your life, to your business, to your family, to your relationship, and to every area of your life that you can think of. For those who don't know me, my name is Zion Inogeru, your Mr. Positive Energy, bringing positivity to your doorstep, to your business, to everything that you do. Because in positivity, there's always possibilities awaiting you. And you know, I will do it. I'm not alone. I'm not all by myself. I have my co-host already with me on stage who are ready to go. They're on fire. They brought their A game to bring the discussion to us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I want you to make welcome Mr. Annie Osong and Lydia, who is joining us today. So, Mr. Annie, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. Yes, in the comment section, yes, Mrs. Spencer, we see you. Spread the positivity, robot mind. Yes, MD Shakib, we'll see you. You're welcome. Adren, thank you. We'll see you. Mr. Joseph, I see you. Welcome. So good to have you join us today. Happy Friday. We appreciate you so much. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, thank you, Darian. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's so good to see you on our Friday event again. Yes, if you want to be part of the conversation, do not forget the link is in the comment section, the link to the stream yard, so you can be able to join us live on stage. Come share with us on the topic positivity as a choice. Oh, Mr. Kenneth is in the building. Mr. Kenneth, that's a whole lot. Savour the flavor of the awesomeness in your peeps for sharing your beautifully well articulated, eloquently stated Alfred thought of wisdom, kindness, goodness, patience, encouragement, empathy, understanding. You know what? I can go on and on and on. Mr. Kenneth is always good with the world. Thank you so much for bringing the energy as always, Mr. Kenneth, and making us all laugh, even as we tend to read your comment and share in the positivity that you bring. Rosemary in the building. Rosemary, thank you. Yes, Rosemary, thank you so much for dropping the link in the comment section. We appreciate you so much. All right, let me pass the mic to my co-host so they can introduce themselves. Mr. Annie, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Z. Thank you so much, everyone that's joined us. Great to have you here. Happy Friday, that's where we're saying in this room. So, and we've got couple of people in the studio. So, Lois, I see you. Mr. Stephen Abana was here as well. Mr. Stephen, I'll say, look, please, you might have to leave again and enable your camera and your microphone. If you don't enable those, we can't bring you up on stage to speak, right? So please say no. Top left of your Chrome browser, there's two little I don't know, lines like a tape recording, right? Just at the corner of your browser, it says, when you click on that, it gives you choices to enable your camera, enable your microphone. With that, I can bring you up on stage. For those who don't know me, those who know me, I'm Eni Osung. My company is Global.Media. And of course, Zion and I wrote that book that you see behind me, Lessons to Learn from COVID. So that's one of my passions in life, helping you write your book, publish your book, sell your book. I said I do that in many ways. I'll come back to that in good time, I'm sure. My main mission right now is to tell the stories of people who experience life-threatening health in illnesses. So I want to how did you survive? That's stories I want to tell. So it's going to be a group book full of authors who have experienced life-threatening illnesses. If that's you, let's talk. I want to make you famous. I want to make everyone know your story. I want to make people learn from your experiences, your strategies. That's me for now. So of course I love this Friday room, but tonight I love the family we get to work with. That I've been working with for the last couple of years to make this happen. And I'll say also, Alvaline, welcome, Kifa. I see you as well. Glad you're here. If you want to come in the studio and share, please, you're welcome to come and share with us. The link, as Zaya says, is in the comments. If you want the link sent to you to your DM directly, just put in the comment here. Please send me the link, then I will send the link to you. That's me for now. So now this room works because of all of us. And Jamie, I think I'm going to pass the mic to you, my friend. The mic is yours.
Sounds good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. I'm still getting used to this whole video thing after we've done the audio for so long, right? But yes, let me introduce myself. I'm Jamie Edwards. I'm coming to you from the United States, right outside of Chicago, Illinois. And a little bit about my background, what I do, for those of you who maybe have never been here, or, some of you already know me kind of being here every week. But what I do is I do career coaching. I'm one of the top career coaches on LinkedIn, and I work with people every single day on the three most important things on a job search, which is resume writing, interview practice, and LinkedIn profile optimization. And what I do is I provide hands-on coaching sessions every day where I help people build a resume that tells their story. I help people with their interview practice and certain techniques on how to answer specific types of questions during the interview process. And I help people with a LinkedIn profile and really helping people build their profile from scratch and getting more eyes on their profile from recruiters and hiring managers, which, in today's job market, it's important to be visible as much as possible. And that's really what I do when I work with my clients, is to help them take their green open to work banners down as soon as possible and get back into the workforce. This job market is crazy right now. There's just so many people out there who are struggling and are looking for their next opportunity. And what I try to do is try to make it easier for them and be able to help them at an affordable cost, so they're not spending thousands of dollars, with other career coaches, and really just trying to help people get back on the map and get their life back. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? Is people trying to get their lives back and things back in order. So that's a little bit about what I do. My company is called Jam Sessions with Jamie. And I've been doing this now for about 2.5 years on my own. And I've worked with about 500 different job seekers over the last couple of years and have a good amount of recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. So if anyone's struggling with their job search, I'm not saying we have to work together, I'm not trying to sell anyone on anything, but I would love to at least have a conversation, meet you, and see if there's any way I can help you out. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You have to be open to help. And sometimes you just have to take that next step and reach out and, love to have that conversation and see if there's any chance that I can assist you with your job search. So that's a little bit about me. We've got a really good, really good topic to talk about today about, how you could choose, if you want to be a positive person, how positivity is a choice. So I'm excited to share some information on that. And I'm going to pass this over to Lydia, who's going to give our meditation session, I believe, and get things started here. And we'll get this conversation started. So Lydia, go ahead if you want to introduce yourself. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jamie. I always seem to have trouble clicking that little mute button and that little microphone, but here I am. It's great to be here with the family, and all of you are family. So thank you for being here Thank you for showing up. Connect with everyone in the room. Probably a lot of you have connected with everyone in the room, but if you haven't, if you see someone new, welcome them and connect them with you, because this is the positive family that catalyzes what it is that we can do, because we support one another to look with the eyes of the choice of positivity. And so it says right on the screen, but I am Lydia Laurie Busler. And the thing that I do here, wait for it, is to calm everyone down so that everyone can have a chance to talk and feel good and grounded. And you can reach out to me later if you would like to work with me more. But that is what we're going to do right now, is just give everyone a moment of peace and calm and clarity. We're going to open our throats, allow us to be non-reactive, positive, and open and supported. I'm going to shut off my camera and get ready to shut your eyes. I'd like to have everyone take a deep breath. That breath is going to close your eyes. Now that you've allowed the breath to close your eyes, take a moment to just let your breath return to its normal pace. Just notice where your attention is. You can take your consciousness and place it right behind your eyes. You can even allow your consciousness to have a rest, allowing it to float up to the top back of your head, and just observe the thoughts going by. As you breathe in peace. Feel the peace. Flowing down over your eyes and your nose and the back of your neck, your ears and your jaw, and over your throat. Breathe in peace and allow yourself to feel your throat softening and expanding. And the peace washes down over your chest, softening and expanding. Over your arms, softening and expanding. Everything relaxing. Notice the other energy in the room. Smile. Say hello. You are welcome here. You belong. As you breathe in peace. As you breathe out love. You can return to this space anytime just by breathing in deeply and allowing your consciousness to just observe and let the thoughts float by. I'm going to count to 5, and when I reach 5, you will open your eyes, feeling alert, refreshed, open, and at peace. 1, 2, 3, 4, yawning, stretching. 5, eyes open, alert, refreshed, and ready to share. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lydia, for that wonderful meditation section. We appreciate you. It's always a privilege to do this with you. For those in the comment section, if you were able to go through the meditation section with us, you can kindly drop in the comments, say thank you, Lydia. Lydia, we appreciate you. Lydia, we love you because it's always amazing to be able to go through this calmness because it always allows us to be able to share, our thoughts for today. So, Lydia, a big thank you, thank you so much for doing this with us. So much. All right. Before we go further into the conversation, we're gonna shout some few persons out in the comment section. We'll see you. Nana, yes, you're welcome. Mr. Kenneth, I'll see you again. Spencer, amazing. We'll see you. Cynthia, it's in the building. Cynthia, we'll see you. You're welcome. And the Shakib, yes, thank you. We'll see you. Yeah, keep dropping your comment. We want to shout you out. We want to let the world know that you are here. This event holds every Friday and is an event where people from all over the world get to participate and join us in discussion of the topic for the week. And today we are talking about positivity as a choice. We live in a world where we go through so much. People go through a lot that every day is not always bed of roses. Every day things does not always go our way, but the ability for us to make a choice to stay positive, it's very, very important. And that's why this topic is coming today. Just like our everyday life, we are faced with many choices: the choices of what to eat, the choices of what to wear, the choices of where to go, the choices of how to think as well. Is part of the choices we make every day. And that's why we bring in this awareness to let people know that in embracing a life of positivity, it's not just enough to think about it. It's not just enough to say, oh, I want to be positive. I feel like being positive. But no, it's a daily choice that we have to be intentional, that we have to make every day. We live in a time where when things are going well, it's easy for you to say you're positive. Oh, you have all the money, all the money you need is in your bank account. The job you applied, you got it. Wherever you want to buy, you have the resources to be able to get it. Things are going well. Easy to find joy. It's easy to be happy. It's easy to smile. But what happens when things does not go your way? What happens when things does not go as you plan? This is where the choice of choosing positivity comes in place. And that's why this topic is coming in. I know we already have a lot of persons in the backstage. If you still want to join us to be part of the conversation of those in the backstage, you want to join the conversation today, the link is in the comment section. Do where to click on it, to take you directly to the stream yard where you can be able to join us in stage. Come tell us, how are you choosing positivity every day? Maybe a practical example, a practical story, a practical step of what you faced that has really helped you to embrace positivity every day, because it's very, very important. Now, the reason why we encourage people to share is this: what you have to share today has the power to change somebody's life. What you have to share today has the power to inspire somebody listening to you. It can just be a catalyst for somebody to find hope, to find joy, to find peace in their life. So do not hold back, because I believe everyone has great things to say. Yes, I will always say this: in positivity, there's endless possibilities. Now, one of the way for you to embrace the possibilities in positivity is the ability for you to make the choice of positivity. Are you making the choice? And if there's one thing I've learned in my journey of embracing positivity and teaching other people to embrace positivity, is that for the fact you are choosing positivity, it does not mean you are automatically denying the fact of what you are going through. It does not mean you are denying the fact that you are going through a tough time. It does not mean you are denying the emotions, the feelings that you feel. But it simply means that in the midst of the feelings, in the midst of the emotion, in the midst of the challenges that you are going through, you choose to think in a certain way. You choose to see the light in the midst of the darkness. You choose to see that there is a way over these things. A friend of mine will always say this. He said, if you have not tasted darkness, you might not know the value of light, which is very, very profound. It takes someone who have been in darkness for a while to know the true meaning of darkness. And that's the reason why, for me, I'll say you cannot embrace positivity without first, having a taste of negativity. That's one way for you to truly value what it means to be positive. For me personally, I've shared this story again and again on different stages. Coming from a place where I was in so much depression, coming from a place where I felt like I'm not good enough. I felt like there is nothing to live for in life. I felt like taking my life at a point, because I was in a place where life was so tough and difficult for me. But from that point, in choosing positivity, I understood what it means to be there. I understood what it means to be depressed. I understood what it means, not to find meaning in life. And that's the reason why for us, every day we are teaching people how to embrace it. Because being in the place of negativity and depression, it's something that I wouldn't want people to experience. And that's why teaching people the practical step of embracing positivity, it's key. And that's why this topic is coming today. And positivity as a choice is very, very important, because it's a choice we have to make every day, and we nurture every day. Every day of our life, we face challenges. Every day of our life, think life happens. Things might not go the way we plan it. Things might not go the way we want. Today, I'll not be able to put on my camera because some few glitches at the background. I'm like, well, I could have as well given up and say, oh, I cannot put on my camera today. I'm not supposed to attend this event because of the things happening behind the scene. But I told myself, no matter what is happening behind the scene, I have to be here. I have to choose to stay positive. Why? Because in choosing to stay positive, your positivity has the power to also encourage other persons as well out there. When people see that despite all you are going through, despite all you're facing in life, you are able to choose the power of positivity, it becomes an inspiration to people to know that whatever they are going through, it's not the end of their life. You can still be able to focus on the good things. When we talk about choosing positivity, it's about focusing on the good things, focusing on the possibilities, focusing on the great thing that can happen. If life happens to you, are going through difficult time, always asking yourself, what can I learn from this? What is this situation teaching me? What is this experience molding me to become? What lessons can I learn from this that has happened to me? For me, it's one way that has really helped me, to position myself in choosing positivity every day. And when it comes to choosing positivity, it's a journey and not a destination. It's not something you think, oh, I'm going to choose positivity today, and that's all there is. It's a journey and not a destination, because every day that comes as much as it comes with its own blessings, it also comes with its own challenges. For the fact you choose positivity on a Monday does not mean you're not going to choose it on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday. No, that's why it's a journey. Every day gives you the opportunity for you to be able to choose positivity. I read a quote that says, choosing positivity does not mean you won't have a bad day, but it means you won't let the bad moment ruin your day or the bad day ruin your week. It will always happen. We all have bad days, we all have bad moments. But one thing about choosing positivity is it gives you the power to be in charge of your emotion. Instead of allowing your emotions to control you, instead of allowing your feelings to control you, you have the power to decide how you react, to decide how you think, to decide how you approach it. That's why choosing positivity, it's not negotiable. I'm just going to give you in a few step I've used that has really helped me in choosing positivity every day of my life. One of the step is the ability for me to embrace gratitude. Yes, life can be very tough. Life can be very challenging. Life can be very, very overwhelming when things happens to you. But choosing gratitude has really helped me to be able to embrace the power of choosing positivity. When things happen that doesn't go my way, when things happen that is not, in alignment with what I want, the ability for me to position myself in gratitude, to be grateful for the situation. Well, today didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Well, I'm grateful because I'm alive to experience today. Oh, I applied for a job, I did not get the job. Well, for me to be able to even apply for a job, to be considered for the job interview, it's great. It's something I have to be grateful for. I woke up this morning, even though I'm not feeling so good, I'm not feeling so well. For the fact I'm alive to even feel like that, it's an amazing thing. It's great, and it just helped me change my perspective. When I begin to embrace gratitude every day of my life, it just helped me to know that whatever happens to me happens for a reason. Yes, no matter how bad it is, no matter how difficult it is, it happens for a reason. So, what are the reasons that you are seeing? What are the lessons that whatever happens to you is teaching you? For me, embracing gratitude has really helped me to embrace the power of choosing positivity. And lastly, I will end with this. One thing that has really helped me to keep choosing positivity every day of my life, to keep being a positive person, and that no matter what happens, I tend to embrace positivity, is intentionally engaging myself in random acts of kindness. I'll say that again. Intentionally engaging myself in random acts of kindness. When life happens, when things go wrong, when things does not go my way, what do? I look for an opportunity to put smile in people's face. I look for an opportunity to show compassion. I look for an opportunity to show kindness. I look for an opportunity to do something good that can make other person feel good about themselves. And when I do this, it instantaneously changed my mindset. It changed how I feel. It changed how I think, to be more positive and looking at the good things ahead. These are practical steps. I know there's a whole lot to share today, which we cannot be able to share on the stage, but then, you know, our book is coming out very soon, which we're going to talk about later. In positivity, there are possibility, which we are going to be anticipating. A whole lot of this will be in that book, which we are going to be publishing very soon by God's grace. And I'm sure that you'll be looking forward, to getting that. So that's just my share today. And like I said, the conversation goes on. For anybody who wants to join us on stage, the link is in the comment section. We can do it to bring in. And in the meantime, I'm going to pass the mic to my co-hosts. I know they are pumped up today. Like I said earlier, they are here in their A game to share with us their thoughts on choosing positivity and every day of their life. So, Mr. Amy, I'm going to go with you first. Thank you so much. I yield the mic.
Thank you, Mrs. Owen. Thank you so much. Spencer, I can see you're struggling because you can't see Zion talking. I don't know. There's not much I can say. I don't know whether there's video to text transcribing tools.
Yeah, is there a way, I don't, maybe in the future, I don't know, but is there a way for like subtitles on videos like this? I really don't know much and I don't want to kind of dive my nose into this
Yeah,
because it's
no,
not something
I
I know
think
much about, but I didn't know that's possible.
I believe
that
the subtitles come in after the video posts.
Oh,
That means I've had that actually happen with my own videos, and it means that unless you have what Annie was suggesting, audio to text yourself, it's going to show up later. So I think you'll find that our past weeks have subtitles
that's
automatic.
cool. Okay. It's good to know, Spencer. I mean, Spencer, if you want to look at some of our older videos and even after this one, we can see if that works and whatnot. But yeah, I believe that's a feature on here. And thank you for letting us know.
yeah, I think that's one of the good things about audio. You could have subtitles there and then, right? Even in different languages. So Spencer, we sympathize with you. But Jamie and I and Lydia are gonna have our cameras on, so especially when we speak. So hopefully that'll make life a bit easier for you, my friend. But do look over we come and watch a replay. I think that's a great idea because we can set the settings to give subtitles. You can too, right? Who else do I see? Mazine, I see you. Sylvia, I see you too. Christiana, I know you're here somewhere. And I'm glad you're here. Eunice, I see you as well. Welcome, welcome, all of you. And no, welcome, welcome. All right. If I've missed you out, please forgive me. I will do my best to welcome everyone as best as we can. And thank you for dropping so many great comments because that means I struggle to welcome everyone because I might miss some people, right? That's a good thing from our side. It means that we know you're here and we do appreciate you spending your Friday with us. Look, this topic is a huge one. It's the way I look at it is simply to say, for years, I was a happy-go-lucky kind of person. I was happy. I was successful. I had a job. I had a good life. I had a family. Everything was going. I can't say it was going well. Everything else, I was a normal person, right? So everything was going, and I think my aim, my whole entire aim in life was very simple. My aim was simply live, work, and then get old enough to die. I'm not being morbid. I'm just being honest with you, right? Live, work, and die. That's how I thought life was. That's a life. That's what I saw other people living. Some people in the days I'm talking about, they basically you got a job, you worked the job, retired, and died. So I thought that's what's coming to me, right? That's all I have coming. That's life. Some days will be good, some days will be awful, and I'll be maybe I'm happy most days. To be fair, right? I would have anxiety of something. This could go wrong. That could go wrong. What would now? What if? What if? What if? What if? Then I was lucky to meet a mindset coach, and I read a couple of books as well. And the books opened my eyes to the possibilities of positivity, of the law of attraction. The simple idea that you attract what you think about. You attract what you wish. Now, rather than thinking life happens to me, it's realizing that no, life doesn't happen to me. My thoughts create the life that happens to me, the life I get to live. And again, like many people here, I was just trying to live happily. I thought that's the answer. Try and live happily, and just be happy. You know, but it took me maybe a couple of years to realize there's still a disconnect. There's a gap between living happily and being happy. So that's where positive mindset coaching came in for me. Essentially, I learned that having that positive mindset is a way of being, and if you have that mindset, you can create every day of life the way you want. You can create joy, you can create happiness, you can create success, you can create anything you want. And again, my point, I suppose, is a lot of people think they're applying positivity, and then they're like, why am I not seeing the results? Why has my life not changed? Yeah, and that's a question I had to ask myself. And the simple reason was I was not living with positivity fully. That's the truth of it, right? I was thinking positively sometimes. As Zion said, I mean, look, let's face it, all of us, either we work or we're in business. So everyone is very good at doing positivity. Everyone's good at thinking positively. What's today's date? 7th of February, right? Everyone's like, yeah, it's gonna be a great month. It's gonna be a great month, and I'm gonna do great things this month. See, the issue comes around the 25th of the month when people are like, we're a week away from the end of the month. Well, even less in February, right? Even less. 3 days away from the end of the month. The money I thought would come in has not come in. I didn't get the job I wanted to get. I didn't get the customers I hoped to get this month. And I need to pay my bills on the 28th of the month, right? End of the month. Suddenly, something miraculous happens, my friends. People lose all that positivity. They set themselves back. Literally, they go into panic mode. Oh, again, what if? Oh, if I don't get it, so I didn't get the job. Oh, I might lose my partner. I might lose my kids. Might lose my house. Oh, the same thing's gonna happen next month, and the month after that, I'm doomed. I'm in. Oh, what am I gonna do? Life never works for me. Life is horrible. Suddenly, positivity goes straight out the window. And with that, again, as I mentioned, the small things that we do in life, just the random acts of kindness. So that when people get to that panic stations, that anxiety moment, they forget how to be nice. They forget about their relationships. I was prone to go downstairs from my office and look at my wife, look at my kids, and go, what about whatever, anything, anything. So that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. See, this is where when I learned about living with positivity every day, it became a thing. And the way I learned, it said my coach obviously was a big help, and I found a sense of purpose. But more importantly, there are YouTube videos that you can watch. I watched 19 Girls. I think it's about a positive mindset, and the power of positivity. I watched that video every day, and bit by bit, I was seeing things I didn't see the day before. I was seeing the reality. Yes, think positively, but don't just think, live it. Believe that the possibilities are coming. Zion mentioned this he mentions this all the time, and I think people think he's just saying something for the sake of it. Positivity really is the power of believing good is coming because you've earned it. Good is yours. You worked it. You worked towards it. Naturally the good things will come to you. It's about not suddenly doubting yourself, not suddenly doubting the universe, your God, whatever that is. It's about having total belief that all that you want, all that you deserve, all that you're worked for will come to you. And your relationships will be happy relationships. Your wife's not going to suddenly leave you. Your husband's not going to suddenly leave you because you haven't earned something, because you haven't got something you wanted today. Especially when you build on those relationships and approach them with all the love and openness that positivity really brings you. You hear me say a lot of the time on here, my friends, I treat my family as my families as the celebrities that they are. That's a positive mindset approach. That everything will work out just fine. We'll be just fine. We're in this together. And again, I'll say with a collective positivity mindset, our family and our jobs and our companies run smoother. It only takes one person in our team to think, we can't do this. No one's going to buy this. And suddenly we're doomed, literally. Now, so you hear me say again very often, unless everyone's positive, I will literally fire my team and start again, because we must, like, the power of the collective positivity mindset is what wins a big company in companies, right? It's how to become a big company. The rotten apple effect the sports fish effect is a thing. I'm saying to you, we have to learn to live with positivity. We have to learn to see life as the possibilities that life truly gives us every day, every moment. Even when it looks bleak, it doesn't really look bleak. You know, the universe is saying to you, you need to learn something. You need to do something. You need to think, do something. Move yourself forward. Don't just sit there expecting things to change. You know, our gods love us taking action. Take that action with intention. With belief that it's going to become good. Even when it looks odd, don't worry about that, because you think you know everything. We think we know everything. We don't. We don't know what's coming around the corner. We don't know what the universe has planned for us. But believe in positivity. Believe in the possibilities, and suddenly only good things happen. You'd be amazed. I could talk all day about this, Zion, but I want to hear what Jamie and Lydia have to say on this, and then what Lois and Evelyn want to share with us on the topic. Hopefully, I've made sense. Hopefully, I've been useful. I'm just telling you my truth about living.
Yes,
Sorry.
Mr. Eni, you said a whole lot there. We can sit here listening to you all day, but thank you so much for sharing your deep insight with us. We really, really appreciate you. All right, King Jamie, you're already on the big screen. Go for it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Annie, for sharing your thoughts. I'm going to kind of echo, some of the things you obviously said, but when I think of positivity, obviously as a choice, we talk a lot about mindset, right? It's about making that effort intentional, right? Like you have to intentionally think about that you want to focus on that positivity. You want to focus on like solutions if things are going wrong and stuff like that. You need to respond to certain situations with that positive mindset. It's not, I always say it's not just about, thinking about happy thoughts and, how you're going to do this, but you really just have to have that mindset and think about, do you want to make that choice to breathe in that positivity, to live that positivity? And, I think of it this way, when you wake up and you see things in your life and you see obstacles and stuff like that, right? A lot of times, you can think to yourself, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? So there's no way that I can get this done, or, I'm just going to give up on this, right? Or you can kind of see it as an opportunity for growth, right? You can look past that roadblock, think of ways that you're going to, choose to have that mindset of like how you're going to grow, how you're going to accomplish this. That's just one way, that you can kind of think of that positivity and kind of have that mindset. It all starts right here, right? And you can't, the thing is with positivity and making that choice, like obviously you can't control everything that happens, right? But we can control how we react to things, right? So like, for instance, like my daughter, I'll give you an example. My daughter, sometimes she gets a little testy. She's almost 5 now, right, Olivia? She's growing really quick, but sometimes she'll get a little testy and she'll raise her voice sometimes and she'll whine about things and stuff like that, right? And, I could either be negative and take it in a negative way and treat the situation negatively, or I can choose to be positive and I can be patient with her. I can focus on how I'm going to solve, any problems that are going on. If she's upset about something, what am I going to do? How am I going to change that mindset? And how am I going to get her to change her mindset, right? Rather than being frustrated, or rather than showing that negativity and raising my voice and yelling, which doesn't do anything, right? All it's going to do is make her more agitated and get her more upset. So it's, once again, that mindset, how you choose to really react to certain things, right? I think a big thing with positivity too is also, choosing to appreciate what's going on in your life, right? Practicing gratitude. Obviously, we talk about that a lot. We practice gratitude all the time on this call, right? But I think what it comes down to is just realizing what you have in your life that is positive, what is going on that's well in your life, kind of shifting that approach away from the negative things that are going on and more appreciating things, right? We want to show appreciation in everything we do. And I think the more that we can focus on that appreciation and what we have, you're going to breathe more positivity and choose to have that mindset, right? And I think the last thing I just want to talk about, right, is surrounding yourself around positive people, right? The people, the things that you see on the internet, the people that you choose to be around, the energy that they bring, right? Try to create a circle of people that you want to be around, and everybody in this group right here, right? Everybody in this group and everybody on my team here that does this positive call, and everybody who is, choosing to be come here every week. Obviously, they all want to have a sense of positivity, right? You're all here for a reason, because you want to breathe that positivity. You want to have that fulfillment, right? That's the people you need to surround yourself around. And that's the energy it's going to bring. If you put yourself around negative people all the time, and you have so much of that in your life, unfortunately, that negativity might rub off, on you and other people. And then that's why that's why I choose to surround myself around, obviously, is I choose to surround myself around positive people and people who want to grow, and people who can look at those obstacles and things that are going on in their life and say, you know what, well, yeah, things might not be so good right now, but here's what's going well. And if I just keep on thinking about those things, focus on that, it's going to be good. So that's just kind of where, there's some quick thoughts that I want to share on, obviously positivity is a choice, and we just need to have that mindset. It all starts up here, right? And Zion talks about it all the time, right? Spreading positivity to all corners of the earth, right? That's what we choose to do, and then that's what I choose to do every day. And I wake up in the morning every morning and think, okay, how am I going to make this the best day possible? And if it doesn't quite go my way, that's okay. I'm ready for it, because it's not always going to be, every day is not going to always go perfectly the way you want it to go, right? But you just have to look at things from that positive perspective and find solutions to when things don't go so well, so you're not sitting there and just dwelling on the negativity. So that's a little bit about what I want to share on today's topic. And I'm looking at some of the comments here. I don't know, Annie, if you want to pull up some of these comments here. I see some good stuff here. I see Cynthia said, let's see, positivity is a muscle that can be developed with practice, patience, and persistence. I like that. 3 Ps: patience, practice, and persistence. By choosing to focus on the good, we can transform our lives and create a brighter, more fulfilling future. I really like that, Cynthia. Thanks for sharing that. That's really good. Yes, Lydia says we want to #love more. I love that. We can connect and grow, right? So I love that. That's perfect. And Adrian, yes. Good to see you, Adrian. She says, often positivity involves retraining your mind from a previous negative mindset, focusing more on and appreciating what you have. Exactly what I was just talking about, right? Appreciating what you have. But I love that, what you say, retraining your mind. And then we got Shakib Hassan says, Cynthia, your comment has touched me deeply. I love it. That's what it is, making connections, right? So your comment has touched me deeply. Positivity is a muscle that is developed through practice, patience, and perseverance. It's truly inspiring. Your perspective is a valuable lesson for all of us. And then she appreciates sharing your thoughts. And then Spencer said as well that you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. And that's a good quote from C.S. Lewis. So I love that. We've got some great participation in here. A lot of positive minds here. I love that Cynthia's comment has, made Shakib obviously, impacted Shakib. And that's what this is about, is sharing your thoughts. And if you want to come up on stage, we'll be bringing people up here soon if you want to share your thoughts and go from there. So, and Okari is here. Good to see you, Okari, joining from the UK with all the positivity. Love to see that. So let's go ahead and pass it over to Lydia so she can share her thoughts on positivity as a choice. And then we will go ahead and open it up to the floor to have them share their thoughts. So Lydia, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jamie. It is just so good to see everyone here and to hear the words of my positive family. There's a thing that that happens when we retrain ourselves. And the reason we go to retrain ourselves is because we want to love more. We want to live in positivity. And something will tend to crack us open and say, and either say, hey, this life that I'm living is unacceptable, which is kind of what Annie was saying, or it cracks us open and says, hey, there's more positivity that's possible. There's more love that's possible. And I want some of that. And we can want some of that from a really dark place, or we can want some of that just from that place where we are, where we're just in a rut. We're doing the same thing. We're in the box. And how do you see outside the box? You have to say that you want to, and that there's something more. And please, can I be open to it? When a lot of what Jamie was talking about, what happens with us, honestly, is that we start to be able to see different solutions. Jamie said, hey, I wake up in the morning, and this is great. I love this, Jamie. I wake up in the morning and I say, how can I make this a better day? And it might not go my way, but we start to look at, what is my way? What is the way that when I'm open to it is just there? The way that's just there might be better than what I'm expecting, because we don't know all the good things there are. We don't know in that place where we don't know what's going on. The uncertainty is all the possibilities. And some of them we haven't thought of. And some of them are great, and some of them are going to crack us open, and we're going to learn. So when we wake up with that kind of feeling, and hey, if it doesn't go my way, I'm going to learn something from it. What do we want? And what's the shortest way there? You don't have to say, oh, this didn't happen, I can't do it. But yes, we can, when we open ourselves up to it. And it can be hard. Feel the feels. Feel the pain. Feel the disappointment. Feel the loss. And then see what's next. That's what I've got for now. I'm super excited to get some guests onto the stage and hear what you all have to say. Zion, the mic is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Lydia, Jimmy, and Annie, for your deep thought and insight and the great share on the topic today, positivity as a choice. And we know, yes, there's so many comments. Cynthia said positivity is a reflection of who we are and how we program our mindsets about our daily affairs. Because in life, things will always go in a way we don't like, but how we handle it is what matters. Yes, that's so true, Cynthia. We appreciate your comments. Chioma says positivity involves training our mind not to allow anything bother us. Indeed, we're in control of our emotions, we're in control of how we feel, and that's very, very important. Yes, let's keep the comment coming. But right about now, we're going to bring up our very own friend who is already with us on stage today, Lois, all the way from the Netherlands. Thank you so much. If you can hear me, we'll pass the mic to you now so you can share with us your thoughts on the topic today, positivity as a choice.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. I will introduce myself. I'm Loes from the Netherlands. Have a wonderful Friday, everyone. Focus on positivity, opportunities, and how we look at things is a choice. The more you are positive minded, the more you are attractive, positive, and great things. Believe in the power of yourself you have inside. If you begin every day with a positive thought, you will change the whole day. Opportunities don't come on your way, you can create them. Life won't wait. Believe in yourself and create a positive environment. I'm always positive, realistic, and searching for openings and possibilities in contact and conversations with others. You can choose a positive approach. With that, you can influence the outcome. Even if it's raining, you can bring the sun yourself. If you choose positivity, you can achieve a lot more, I think, than with negativity. Positivity is a good for you minds for your mindset and for your health. It makes you and others happy. Choosing positivity is taking leadership. Leadership is influence. Everyone has struggles and problems come on your path. It's the way how you deal with that, and every time we solve them with positivity, it will easier to solve them, and we build resilience. It's in my opinion, with positivity, you can inspire others and give them an amazing day. If we all do that in our environment all around the world, we can create a strong chain of positivity. And believe in yourself and in the power we have inside with all the positivity. Thank you for the chance to speak, and thank you everyone for listening.
Wow, that was very powerful, Luz. We appreciate you so much. Yes, a lot of many points you mentioned, and one of the things is when you choose positivity, you has the power to inspire others, which is very profound. I tell you, there are people out there in the world who might be going through a tough time right now. For the fact that you are choosing positivity and everyone here is choosing positivity, it gives us the power to be able to inspire them, to go through those tough times that they are going through. I also mentioned something about positivity, having a great impact in our head. That's true. I can attest to that. The more you stay positive, the more happier you become. And I tell you, when you live a happier life, you are bound to stay much healthier. And the last point you mentioned, which was one of the few points you mentioned earlier, was that you have nothing to lose when you embrace positivity. For me, that had to echo again in my head because it's very powerful. When you embrace negativity, there's so much to lose in negativity. But with positivity, there is nothing to lose. If it doesn't go well, you try again, try something different from what you have done before. So thank you so much, Lois, for joining us and sharing your great thoughts and insight. We appreciate you so much. So I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Eni, even as the airport, to introduce the next speaker that will be coming up on stage to share with us. And for anyone who wants to be part of the conversation, the link is in the comment section where you can be able to join us. Ari, we'll see you. Thank you so much for joining us, my sister, Mr. Sam. Oh, yes, amazing. So great to have you. Thank you so much. Mr. Eni, I'll pass the mic to you now.
Of course, thank you so much. No, I love the comments. I love Lois, you said so many things. We can create sunshine. Imagine that. And we really can create sunshine. It's in our powers. The sunshine could be anything. We can create the world we live in, the happy world that we dream of, the success we dream of. That's why we do positivity. It's to create the life that we want, the days that we want. I think not many people seem to understand that, Lois, but I'm glad you do for sure. Dr. Lisa, my favorite friend on LinkedIn. I'm glad you're here. I'm a menopause dietitian expert. Lisa, welcome. Of course, I have to welcome Ari as well. And I said, as we talk, a lot of people might think we're just talking. We're not just talking, my friends. Ari is a perfect example. I don't know whether you've seen her posts last couple of days. Now, Ari has gone from wheelchair to dance floor in 21 days. I've seen people transform. I mentioned my health book that I'm writing, that's an anthology we're working on. People who have survived life-threatening illnesses. It's very easy to give up and think, oh, I'm done, I'm doomed. This is the end of me. But Ari is a perfect example that nothing's the end of you, especially if you have the mindset to carry on living and thriving in life. I say that when you go from wheelchair, never be able to walk ever again, to dance floor in 21 days, because you tell yourself and the doctors, no, I'm going to walk. That's what positivity can do for you. Stephen, I'm still struggling to bring you up, my friend, because you haven't enabled your microphone or your camera. You have to enable your microphone or your camera before you join the studio. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck. I can't bring you up. It doesn't let me. It says They will have to connect the mic/cam before you can add them to the stream. I know you've tried very hard, Stephen. Stay positive. Go again, my friend. So leave the room and refresh your device and enable your camera or microphone when the option comes up. If you're on a laptop or desktop computer, there's a button on top of Chrome that you press, and that will give you the options to enable camera, enable microphones, and enable sound. So with that, Stephen, I'm kind of stuck. I can't bring you up. Who else am I going to mention? So now Mr. Shaib says hello. So hello, Louis. I appreciate it. Well, Luz, that's I pronounce your name properly, Luz. I will eventually, right? I gotta try to remember. I pronounce it the English way because we see an E, so we have to pronounce the E in our minds. Sam Hall, glad you're here. Sam talks about, it's got a health survey basically that helps you to assess where you are health-wise. Again, when it comes to positivity, it's not some things. This is our point today. It's not some things that you have positivity about. It's everything. Again, do you talk to yourself about your health goals? I don't know, maybe I haven't asked it correctly. We'll set goals for our business. We'll set goals, how many customers we want, how much money we want, what house we want to live in, and so on and so forth, how many kids we want, and so on and so forth, right? Do you set goals for your health? Do you speak about your health? Do you speak to yourself about how healthy you want to be? I ask this because I choose to meditate about my health every day. To be part of my meditation, because without health, nothing else is going to work. Without health, you can't run a business, you can't do a job, you can't have a happy family life. You can't have a life full stop, right? So make health part of your positivity conversation, part of your visualizing, part of your meditating, part of your praying. Your health is the most important thing you probably got in this world. So I was talking to last Monday, Zion was there in Eric King's room, where people seem to want they want all the success in life, only to spend all the money that they earn, the success, to get their health back. We need to, we can influence, decide how our health goes. Sometimes, it's gone beyond us. I don't want someone who's got cancer to think it's their fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying but you can find the light to get back to good health. And they really do. I've sent a link to join the studio to many of you. So do join us on stage. I really would love to hear from you for sure. So I think the choice of choosing positivity really is it's in our powers, my friend. It's in our powers. We can sit there quietly and let life happen to us, or we can dictate the life that happens to us. We can design the life that happens to us. As Spencer says, I don't know, I didn't miss it. Spencer says disability fuses positivity. Again, Spencer, being deaf, but still running a business, standing on a mission to help other people with disabilities. That's a massive mission, right? That's positivity in action. That's what man who chooses positivity over anything else. This man won't be beaten by anything. So even when there's technology like today, where that makes it hard for him, to know what's going on, to hear what we're saying, to see what we're saying half the time. Spencer's still here doing what Spencer does, still engaged and still being visible, still supporting and still being himself. That's as far as we have to go now. And there's no end. When we choose positivity, again, the word Zion uses resonates with me, especially on this topic. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Really. Imagine that. If we don't choose positivity, then we're limiting ourselves. again, the reality is what we think about that becomes our reality. So if you choose to just live and not think about positive things, a positive life, a life where you achieve your dreams, it's life where you have the dream life that you desire, then it's not going to happen. Yeah, sorry, it's not going to happen, right? And the strange, I'm going to give you the mic in a second, Lydia. The strange thing in life is the people that we see as successful, it's not luck. It's just that they believed that what they wanted was going to happen. And they worked for it after that. They believe and then take action. That's positivity as a choice. Now, you could easily say, okay, I don't believe it's going to happen, so I'll do nothing. Nothing ever works for me, so what's the point? Or you could turn it around and flip that on its head and say, no, everything always works out for me. I want this, I'm going to work for it. I'll make it happen. That's how life really works. What's your take, Lydia?
Thanks, Annie. You know, there's nothing that we have that comes our way that stops us from doing what it is we want to do, unless we stop living. And that's not you. We can't go anywhere that way. We can't do anything. When Annie was saying that everything that he knows some things that people have been through, and whether you've been through it quickly, or you've been through several things, or you've been through it in a long slog. I've had all of those, and they weren't fun. And my life now, I'm here spreading positivity. I've some of the things that have happened to me, I've turned into something. Maybe that thing that I've turned it into is what I was here to do all along. I don't know. I don't care. I've learned that the way that I speak is helpful for people. And I had to learn how to speak again, because I lost my ability to speak. And it's not the only thing, but it's a thing that probably affects me the most when I think back to the fact that I was never supposed to be able to walk again. And I walk. And that brings me joy. But I only did that because I didn't listen to the doctors, and I didn't listen to the lawyers, and I didn't listen to all the naysayers saying, "Oh, this is terrible." I didn't even listen to myself that was saying, "How can I possibly be in this much pain?" I said, "Nope, there's nothing wrong. I'm well." And what is that? It's not giving up, but it's giving up some things. And this is where the choice comes in. I'm giving up the idea that I can't do this. I'm giving up the idea that that my leg is not there, that I have no muscles and no bones and no nerves, and that I'll be screaming in pain for the rest of my life. Why? Because it's not acceptable. It's not positive. It's not why we're here on the earth. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to expand. We're here to live. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to work. We're not here to, we do work. We work toward things that we love. We've got this backwards sometimes. We're like, and we all get to this place. And he was talking about this at first. I work until I die. And now he knows that it's not that way, right? We kid ourselves. And if you're kidding yourself right now, and you might only be kidding yourself a little bit, I try to question this all the time because I could change my mind. I might find that I'm kidding myself in some way. I have a story going on that's not true because I'm reacting to it, because instead of saying, what is there to learn from this? What have other people done to grow through this? What don't I like? What would I like better? You have to question those things. There's something you don't like, and it can be the tiniest thing. If you get really hijacked by your email blowing up every day, don't do it. Take one big time to get rid of everything that you're deleting and not reading. And then forevermore, those things won't be there. It can be the little things that are irking you, that are keeping you from being fully positive. So change them. It's okay to change things, and it's really what we're here for. And we're all here. Everybody in these comments is about supporting this. Everybody here is here in this room, which has been going on for 2 years or more, with this family and this expanding family, because it's a growing movement. And the more we grow it, the more we raise that vibration. So choose to examine what you don't like. And what can you do? Can you ignore it? Can you get it out of your life? Can you change it? Can you do something better? Can you listen a little bit more and see if maybe you might like it more? What can you do to change it? Anyway, there's if you look at Rosemary's past posts in this string, and Rosemary, if you don't know, is our resident bag of positivity. And she says, remember, positivity is a choice. Focus on the good. Reframe challenges as opportunities and cultivate a growth mindset. Your mindset is powerful, so choose to stay positive and watch your life transform. It's not that Rosemary was just born with no problems ever. She's learned that. If you look at her past posts, you can see, or not past posts, but past things in this string along the side of your screen. You will find the link to join us in here. Tell us about your journey with choosing positivity. We would love to have you up here. And if you do join, please remember to go into the settings, make sure that your mic and your camera will work. And if one or the other won't work, at least make sure that your mic will work. If your camera doesn't work because of your internet, we can get around that, but you have to have something enabled. Anyway, Annie, back to you.
Beautifully said. Jamie, do you anything you want to add? I don't know if Jamie's there.
No, I think honestly, I mean, there's been a lot of good stuff here said. I mean, we've gone through so many different things, and I'm just, like I said, I'm looking at a lot of these, more of these comments here from people here, just from Kevin and Shakib here, and Rosemary talking about things and whatnot. I'm looking at our most recent comments here, but no, I mean, honestly, like I said, I think this is a good topic to discuss, this positivity being a choice, because I think a lot of times we don't feel that way sometimes, and we get it stuck in our head, and we start thinking these negative thoughts, and we don't remember to appreciate the positive stuff that really we need to be focusing on. So the whole choice aspect, I think, is so important, because I don't remember who mentioned it earlier, but we have that ability to make choices every day in our lives, right? We have the ability to make choices to be on this call and all come together for this positivity call, right? So, I mean, everything we do stems from choices, and that we can just look at it to look at it on the bright side of things, or we can look at it on the not so bright side of things. And unfortunately, when you look at things in a negative way and you keep spinning things a certain way and you keep thinking, I can't do this, or there's no way I'll be able to get out through this or whatnot, it just spirals and spirals and spirals. And then it comes harder and harder to get back out of that well or get out of that ditch, right? So no, just want to add there. And I don't know, do we have anyone else on stage that wants to come up?
No, there's no one else on stage. So, I think I'm trying to leave people with a clear first step. My whole life's about first steps, Jamie. When I write books, it's about taking that first step, right? So my question to you and Lydia, is what is your big advice? And you said many things there, Jamie. It's easy to miss. Don't think negatively. And so I'm saying, what's the big thing that people can go away and do today to start making positivity a choice?
I think I guess I can just start on that. I could just say, I think if you want to start getting in that mindset and you want to just, think of things as positivity as a choice, journal, jot down things, right? I think it's a positivity journal is a good thing. I think if you just jot down things and you make a list of all the things that you're grateful for and all the things that you have in your life that you're blessed to have with, and maybe you wake up in the morning every morning and you take a look at that list and you breathe those things and you look at those things and you consider to, you just think about all the good things that you have. I think that's a good starting point. It's just documenting those things. And you can even document the things too that maybe are not so good in your life, honestly. And you can document those things and then you can put together a plan on, hey, how can I go ahead and make this better? How can I make this a positive, right? How can I attack this a certain way? It just gets you thinking certain things. A lot of times, I think we as people sometimes can look at things from a visual perspective. And if we see things on paper and we see those things versus just thinking them in our head, we start to think about things a certain way and the picture becomes more clear, right? So I think having a gratitude journal and a positivity journal and just jotting down those things, and maybe at the end of the day, you jot down things that went well during the day, jot down your thoughts. What went well throughout the day? What are some things that really caught you off guard and were positive, right? That you didn't expect happening, and you just jot down those things and visit them.
I love that, Jamie. I think that's so useful. That is, I think the journaling thing is, one for me is a way to restate the things I'm grateful for, as you said, but it's also a way to realize that good things happen more than bad things to us. Really, it's a lot of people use words like always. It always goes wrong. It never goes right. Stop using those words. That's my one big tip for everyone. So don't do that to yourself. Because it never always goes any which way. Lydia, when Lydia joined that, we were talking. Lydia, you're a happy soul, but we all are, because things go well sometimes the way we want, and things go the way we don't want sometimes. But neither is good or bad. Neither is always. We're not always doomed, and we're not, we're not never successful in what we want. I'm saying that's just my personal thought. I think the journaling thing is definitely a good one, Jamie. Let me bring Lydia. I wonder what Lydia's big, one big thing is that we can live with today, if that's all right.
I think it is cultivating if there's one thing, I'm not sure if there is one thing, but it's cultivating our connection to one another. Is when we do that, we open up all the possibilities. What Jamie was saying about journaling, something that I do. You can try all sorts of different things. Something I do is to write down what things that stuck out. What didn't I do today that I really wanted to do? And I've learned for myself that having one priority per day. And I'm, a multi-potentiate person, and I have a lot of interests, not everything, but I need to have one priority per day. And if something hijacks that, then I'm going to note that. I'm going to say, what happened? What will I do tomorrow? What will I choose? And that's helped me to, if I'm really tired, I will still say it's the end of the day. What is my priority tomorrow? And if the world, doesn't come crashing in like it does so often for us, with whatever it is, it can be sickness, it can be traffic, it can be news, it can be family, it can be a whole lot of things. It can be appliances that stop working. It can be anything, and all of a sudden your day is hijacked, right? And but looking at that, and sometimes those things don't happen, right? And then I will do something else as well, and that's kind of the nice thing. Enjoy the journey, be open to the connection, and enjoy the journey. A movie would be dead boring if nothing bad happened, right? Or if nothing like screwed up everything. It'd be just dead boring. So would life. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, no, I love that, Lydia. I really do. And I think that it's important. It is. I think we love the doom, Lydia. We love the doom. We love the worry. We love the negative thinking because it's easy, right? Like again, if we think it's not going to work, then our mind says, "Why bother? Why try? It's not going to work. So why am I going to do anything?" Whereas if you truly embrace the moment, embrace what's happening, for the possibilities that it could work. Suddenly, I think Jamie mentioned earlier, by meditating, you find solutions, you find ways forward. I think you mentioned it too, Lydia, right? You find ways forward, you find solutions. Maybe my point, as Mazin says, your productivity depends on your positivity. It really does. If you're positive, you put effort in the right places. Doesn't mean everything you do is going to work. I'm just saying you will do it. You put more effort into making things work. Ari, you found your way on stage. How you doing, Ari? I'll come to you in a second. Ari is a true superstar. Let me welcome Professor Roxana. I saw you in the audience. I can't find your name now, and I'll try and look. No, you're still there. Professor Roxana, thank you for being here. There's Sam Hall as well. Again, if you haven't got a Kevin, I will mention Kevin. Yeah, Mr. Mingle. Kevin has his Misfits project that he's working on. So I'm glad you're here. Marco, we'll see you as well. Thanks for being here.
If you don't get called out by any, it's not because he's not trying. This is a prime example of all of the things that sometimes derail us because they've changed and we haven't created the synapses for him yet. And he's growing those synapses as fast as he can, but there's only so much he can do when people say things like, LinkedIn user or whatever. It's not, we can't tell who you are, and we're trying.
We know, so we try, we truly try. And so Marinella, welcome as well. I do better than most, Lydia. That's a weird thing. I actually do better than most to see who's here and to make sure we mention them. So there's some comments as well. Life can be a wild ride. Keeping a positive mindset is the key to navigating the ups and downs. Again, so many of us want to be high, super happy. Others want to be super unhappy. As Lydia says, try and find a balance. Stay in the middle. That's where the magic happens, really, because that's where we are. And there's not always, it's not never. It's just finding a happy place where we can live today, and then come back tomorrow and go again. The luck, bro. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Nigerian trying to pronounce the Nigerian name. So it was a shame, right? Sometimes I break down in tears, but I stay positive, hoping that things will get better. My positivity comes from people around me, and that depends on me. So I tell myself not to give up. Look, that's there's different ways to live life, my friend, and I think your comment is hugely important. It is. So life can look terrible, but alas, it's how we frame it, it's how we see it that really matters. And so no one embodies that more than the superstar called Ari. How you doing, Ari?
Oh my goodness, Annie, only you, quite frankly, can get me up here after 10 days of having the ick. I was like, all right, listen, between you and your other counterpart DMing me in the back, I was like, all right, let me put a half decent face on. So hello, y'all. Hello. Buenas tardes, buenos dias, buenas noches, wherever you are in this part of the world. So thank you so much for the opportunity to come up and speak, though. I truly do love coming to all of your events that I can get to, but most importantly, this one was such a big one for me. Annie, you made a comment about a post that I put it up last night, and I put it up after already putting up another comment about something completely different. And I said, you know what? I am very much about being transparent and where I am at and how I go through things and grow through things. So I said, this is the moment. I'm not just, yes, I was talking about team building and all the things earlier in the morning. And then I thought, all right, but what am I actually going through right now that can work for someone else, right? As well as for myself. And the big thing that I was going through at the time is that my son had turned 31 years old yesterday. And I was speaking about being able to hold grief, that pain, right, and joy in the same hand. Because I think it's so important. What life has shown me is that the quicker I can get to being not just positive, and when I say just, I don't mean to minimize it. However, what I really do mean is, or my intention is to amplify even more of the word, right? With joy, happy, the intentional igniting of a joyous spark in the day, even when the day is heavy, right? And so my son's 31st birthday, wow, what a joy. You know, I gave life 31 years ago. Wow, what pain. He's in prison right now. And I don't get to hug him. And I don't get to feel him, right? And I don't get to be with him. But I got to see him. We have video now. I got to hear him, right? There are people out there where their sons and or daughters didn't quite frankly make it to prison because of the mental health issues and drug and alcohol, addictions and things like that, which my son absolutely suffers, and is finding his journey in it. He has been suffering, but he is also now, as he said to me, Mom, I've never felt freer than I am today. Woo! Come on, somebody. Like, you want to talk about positivity? This man is in a tiny little cell, right, for the last 3.5 years. And he's going, glory to God, I've never felt freer, Mom. For the first time, I'm sober. I'm sober and I'm clear. And by the way, this stinks and it sucks and it hurts. But I'm so glad that I'm here, Mom, to be able to tell you that I love you. That I'm grateful that you never left my side, that I'm grateful that even if you did, I now have Christ in me and through me. Like, these are things that, again, I can choose to be sad and in my pain and in my grief and be in my victimhood, or I can choose to go, yes, baby, yes. And even though I may not physically with you, I am energetically with you. And I get to, in my mind, create the most loving hug and kiss that I could have ever have had with you in this moment because of what we are choosing together. I share this story with you so that you can interject yourself in any of the victim stories that we definitely choose to either walk in, right? And I'm not saying that there aren't victims out there. Absolutely. By the way, I'm about to experience again my brother's second anniversary of graduating to heaven from being shot 26 times by a robber that left him completely paralyzed. And then those shellings ended up giving him cancer many years later that were left inside his blasted body, right? 26 of those. And as I'm looking through that too, I'm going, wow, my brother, by the way, even though a quarter of his brain was blasted out, intestines have gone, living through the most torturous cancer ever, not once ever spoke ill of his shooter. He walked in so much joy and positivity, it would make your head freaking spin. And he was completely paralyzed from the entire left side. Like, we can either choose to walk in victimhood and or choose, as my sign says, although the light is hitting it, choose happy. Choose happy and decide to reframe the stories of our lives, to literally, and I don't just say this because I heard it somewhere. Actually, I was saying it before I ever heard it anywhere, because I was off social media for several years. You know, you've heard Annie say, I went from wheelchair to dancer in 21 days. I had a full tumor craniotomy extraction. 26 staples later, they went in, took the tumor out, woke up paralyzed, was shipped off to live in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. But here is the decision that I needed to make. I can either go by a diagnosis that is given by me. I can go by a diagnosis that the world wants to put on me. I can go by anything and everything that in my worldly eyes, I can absolutely latch onto. Or I can choose my own prognosis. And I get to decide how I live the rest of my life. You get to decide, brothers and sisters, how you live the rest of your life. To think is to create. And what are you creating? Thank you so much, Annie. I know I took up a lot of time. Ooh,
No. We're happy to let you talk on. You know, it's look, like there's. I'm so glad you came up. Let me say that first of all. Thank you so much for coming up. Really, you know, and you know, it's you inspire all of us. I said this, I'm sure I said this in your post as well. You know, really. See, there's a little thing in my head, Lydia. If you want to add to the conversation, feel free. Right, there's a little thing in my head, Ari, always. Does this person, because of the pain they've suffered, deserve to be let off having to be positive? Are you with me? I got a friend, for example, she got cancer diagnosis, and she suffered all sorts of trauma. Literally, her son got shot dead, husband, I think, killed himself, and I'm thinking, right, do I say to you, give up? Because I can't possibly say to you, rise up again. And that's always a question, but I think that you're the perfect proof that that we must rise again by being positive. We must.
Your question and your thought really is moving me to tears right now. And I get very emotional about this because, man, for all of my brothers and sisters who have and are and have yet maybe to, but you will, because we live in life, right? And as there is good, there is evil. There is a reason why I can live with so much tremendous joy, and why I have such access to being vibrant and excited and positive and choosing happy filled, right? And I'm going to give you the words that my other son said, who was, by the way, molested for 4 years by a family member. And we went through a tremendous journey together. We lost everything. I don't know if you've been there, but when you have betrayal of family and they turn on you, and your church out of confusion turns on you, and you can't work anymore because your child now has severe OCD at the time and can't even get to school, and you've got 4 different counselors to work with and different trials to go through, and just multiply. He is now in his early 20s. And he said to me the other day, Mom, I'm in such a sweet spot of life. And I want you to hear this, just in case you ever wondered how I'm doing, really doing. I am who I am today because of everything I've been through in my life. And I know that you know what I'm talking about. And I would never change a single moment, because who I am today is because of who I chose to be in response of my yesterday. Hallelujah. In other words, the reason his life is richer today is because he and me and anyone that is here that has been through any trauma can now attest to. We know what it feels like to be in the underbelly of the enemy, but we're not there anymore. And we chose to grow through it. And we chose now to feel, be, and know that because of that pain, I am able to experience much joy, much excitement, much happiness, and much positivity because I have the underbelly now to look back and go, oh, and I'm through that. I came through that. And all that you you thought that you were going to take away from me, I have now used to catapult me to create the life that I get to live in today. And today I decide to live well, be well, speak well, and choose happy. That's my answer to you, Emmy. I know it was a long one.
No, that got me emotional, really. No, thank you so much. I'm not going to try and summarize the genius you just shared with us. My friends, I think when you find a happy place, a happy spot, it's magical, right? Whether it comes with riches or not, I'm saying, but it's peace in mind. That's I tell people these days, I'm truly, I'm in the best place I probably ever have been. Because maybe I have hope, I have a vision, I have a sense of purpose, I have family that's happy, and things are going well. But you have to come through as you said, the hard parts, the hard times, to get to this spot. It's inspiring. I keep doing what you do, my friend. Whatever anyone says, this is what we do events for. This moment, really. So now Lydia and I sat here and thought, oh, no one's coming up. No, where are they? But believe you me, just having you on stage today has made my day. And it's the message people need to hear. It's what people have to see. Now you are the one that this event was for. I know you were the first one that commented when I posted the event this morning. Harry's like, yeah, this is definitely one that I wanted to talk about. So you're the first and the last voice on our stage. Ari, you're a star. If you don't know who Ari is, connect with her. Really, connect with her. Say we all need inspiration. We all need some truths. As Tom says, welcome, Tom. So explosive, Ari, and powerful. She really is. And it's. Let's hope out now. We don't have to go for all the. See, we think we got things bad, Ari. We haven't. Really. Things could be better for us. But I'm saying, people go through real things, and it doesn't break them. People like you, and instead you turn it around to help other people. That's the magic of life. I'm not saying we want to experience terrible things like that. Let's appreciate what we have. So Lydia, I appreciate your point. Forgiveness is everything. And things happen. People do things. They say no. One of the things that people will say, why doesn't God stop these bad things happening? I don't know. Who knows, right? I don't know.
Well, God gives us free will. If we didn't have free will, we would just be puppets out here. So let's not put that on God. I love how people love to put things on God. I'm like, can we all put something on the devil? Because he's real.
Yes.
Sorry. What the heck are we talking about right here? What?
I like that. Yeah.
So let's go for Jesus and go put some pressure on the devil, please. I'm just.
I like that. I like that. Have I missed anyone?
And I do want to say, just to what Laurie just said, I love saying hurt people hurt people. I know that came from Henry Cloud. He's a friend of mine. He's fantastic. I also love the addition to that, which is healed people healed people. So let's be the healed people that heal people. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Let's focus our energy on the healing and not the hurting, because
absolutely. I want to just jump on that, because I want to be very careful here to not elevate those who have the most pain. We want to elevate those who need to be seen, who need to be heard, who need to be lifted, because they are going to be the next bright star, who need to be, and that is anyone. It doesn't matter what dark corner you are in. It doesn't matter that you've never seen the daylight. It doesn't matter that you've died and come back. It doesn't matter. Your feelings matter. And how we've lifted one another up, how we've risen, is what we are celebrating now, because we're not staying in that dark place. And the lowest lows bring the highest highs. And the most turmoil brings the most calm. But just be careful not to say, oh, this is the most pain, because that's not what's going on here. It's the most rising. It's the most lifting, and it's the most transformation. I have a thing on YouTube. It's been here too. And it tells my story, or my stories. And I've really, really considered taking it down, because I am the sum of everything. And we have such a tendency to go on what it is that has hurt. And it puts us in that, it takes us a little bit out of that place of responsibility. It's like what Ari said, why are we placing this all on God? What are we doing about it? What are we doing about it? And that's the choice of positivity.
There we go. I'm lucky to work with geniuses. Now, this is why I love these events, because I've had so many great things today. I'm going to have to watch a video and copyright all your great sayings. Really, I never create. That's not never. I don't create them. You create. I've heard so many good things today. They're worth framing. Really, we do affirmations. I'm saying let's some of your your lessons and your mottos, your ways of being deserves to be framed for us to truly look at and think about and implement. It is how you rise. It is the transformation. Is how we come back, and how we want to use what we've learned to help others.
You hit such a big word that I don't want folks to miss that. It is, who are you being? If you've ever been around me, you've heard me say, I don't ask people, how are you? I literally say, how you be? If you hear me say, how are you? I say, how you doing? How you be? Because I'm more concerned about your beingness than your doingness, right? Because out of, you hear, if you're in the Bible and you're Christian and all that, you hear, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Well, I also believe out of the abundance of your beingness you be, right? What you do is from your true beingness, right? So who are you being in all moments, right? Before I came on, y'all were also talking about things that you can do to create and cultivate and nurture that positivity. It is, I invite you all to take a look at and check out or edit your beingness in all ways and always, right? In all ways and always, in all situations. I don't have this friend I don't have friends in different categories. I just have friends because I have one beingness. I'm not different in different places and spaces. I take me the same wherever I go. So I'm consistent in that. Are you? And if you're not, take a look at that, because that could be contributing. I actually submit to you that is contributing to the inaccuracies and or the inequalities in how you are showing up in the world. So if you want to show up in the world, or when you want to show up in the world with positivity and with happiness, it all lays in your beingness in all ways and always. So I just wanted to highlight the beingness part of it.
It's hugely important. Hugely important. Again, a lot of people know the theory of positivity. We now they get it, and they know the theory of mindset. So they know they know what they should know. It's the being that's missing, Aries. It's not, and the being, again, it's all right to be positive when things are going well. That's what we started off earlier, right? Are you really being that positive person when challenges come? And they will come. Or do you suddenly forget all of that and suddenly go back to the anxiety-ridden person, the negative, the fearful person, because something's not gone the way you think that you wanted to go? I'm trying to work out, Ari, how do we leverage learning more from you? I'm trying to work out which of my events I want to bring you to, maybe. I don't know. So we have to do a show together. And Lydia, while you're here, so I know you two have a health story. So I'm gonna try and tie you down because we're live and everyone's watching, right?
I was just gonna say, did you see the psychology of Annie right now? He is not a dumb man.
And he's taking his chance. I'm taking my chance, right? Right.
He is shooting his shot.
I'm sure I messaged you, Aaron, and said, will you be in my book? Did I message you or not? I sent you a DM, didn't I?
My
first anthology.
I honestly, I can't even tell you if I remember or not, and so I'm just going to be truly transparent. My DMs are crazy. So
No, maybe I didn't get around to it. There's a button that say the universe works in mysterious ways. We're here together, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would love for you to be in this health anthology, this I Survived anthology, the one that tells people how you survived. Because I would love to know. People need to learn that it's not people. I need to learn from you. That's the truth, right? If I got diagnosed with something tomorrow, I don't know how I would react. I think I'll be positive. I think I will try to see the good side because I've lived a good life. So I'm not, I'll get over it, right? But more importantly, I think I want to learn from you how you truly survived. So people tend to talk about the usual medication, changing the lifestyle, spirituality, mindset. Someone talk about that eating. I'm saying, right, I want to know from you, maybe yours is all of those, some of those, none of those, and something else.
Right. No, it is definitely all of that and then some. In the middle of writing my book right now. So it's a perfect conversation to be had. And I'm literally going back and transporting myself to every single one of those moments. Lisa actually said something really big. I don't know if you dove into it at all on this show yet, but 100% forgiveness is a huge part. One of my clients that I'm working with right now who reached out to me because he had his third brain tumor cancer diagnosis. And he was in a wheelchair and he said, listen, you did it, so could I. You're my coach. So I've been working with him now for 6 months and he is absolutely walking now. Now we're working on him just walking without his little stilts. Yeah, no, it is. I am so proud of him. And y'all, I want you to know that I'm not one that works with everybody. I'm one that actually works with the majority of 99% no. And the reason that is because I know what it took to get me out of that paralytic bed. And it takes you to be gritty and intentional and fierce and bold and walk in truth in all areas of your life, not just physically, but also emotionally and spiritually and psychologically. And so, it takes a certain kind of committed person to do that kind of work, right?
For sure.
So it's all of those things, and so that's why I give as much as I can when I can, especially when I'm on a show like this, because there's so much to give. I could never over share, I could never over give because there's so much to the story of healing, right, and the creation of intentionality of healing.
Yeah, it's thankfully we have time to learn from you. Let's make it happen, Ari. Let's talk. Let's find more ways to get you talking to our community and inspiring us a lot more. Truly.
Definitely.
Lydia, please. Thank you, Ari. Lydia, anything you want to say before we go? I thank you all. Thank you, Ari. You're superstar. Thank you.
There's something to be said for what where you are and what you are doing right now in your positivity, Annie, that we can learn from. And it's different for everyone, because we each have so many different stories, right? But that go into us. We have this cultural momentum that goes into everything, but when then we have these sub stories, and sub stories from our cultural makeup, and from our, and then there's just us and our our black glasses, or our rose colored glasses. And but when we are actually appreciating our life right now in it, and saying, this is great, not, well, goody for them, glad that worked out for them, and and or like, yeah, any minute now, like, the what's going to hit the fan, and I'm, like, this is a nice peaceful moment, but peace out, everybody. You can have that kind of attitude, and you're going to be having a really different time when you have something that's more than your appliance blowing up or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and when you actually have that, but how can you cultivate that? Well, just that's where the gratitude comes in. I mean, we're bringing in all the big words here, but that's where the gratitude comes in. Yeah, we can heal. Everybody here has healed from something. Everybody here has something to be grateful for. Everybody here has been hurt by somebody, or by life, or but had loss, and had whatever it is. How do we deal with it and be grateful for what we have, and be grateful for this very moment? That's what you're doing, Annie.
Yeah.
That's what I see you doing an intense amount of.
Yeah, I think it's a choice that we have to make. That's our conversation today, right? It's a choice we make. So I'm blessed to be around people who have made the same choice. That's what community is, really. If you think about it, we're like-minded people who have like-minded ideas, right? And
Keep choosing it. Keep choosing it. Don't just yep, I chose to live. Yep. Oh, I chose to get through that. Now, who knows what the next thing will come. Keep choosing it.
yeah, keep choosing and be it. And when Ari said be, it's so important. And I said, I'll leave you with this, my friends. Michelle, maybe I was waiting for you to get here. I'm glad you got here. Michelle's one of my best friends on here as well. Team Replay, Michelle, for sure. I can't summarize the genius that everyone shared with us today,
Team
especially
replay.
Ari towards the end. So go and watch the replay. Everyone, go and watch the replay. I can't summarize, what we've learned today. So that's it's all there, right? Look, my friends. See, I think there's something in that moment, those moments that you mentioned, Lydia. Is moment. They say your success is based on the things you do when no one's looking. And it's those moments when you're by yourself. And I think we're human, right? Now, I catch myself doing it, where you think, no, it's dark, it's gone past midnight, it's just me here. I'm like, what if? No, don't think like that. Are you with me? Like, turn it around. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be right. That's why then I carry on working till morning. I'm saying that we miss how important those little moments of doubt, negativity. It kills everything that we worked for. It kills. We have to start again. I think people miss those little things, and it is that hyper confidence. Is that what I call it? Probably hyper confidence. True belief in yourself, true belief in the world, true belief in the life you're living, true belief in what you're doing. That's where the results of positivity come from. Now, when no one's looking, don't suddenly regress back into this never works for me. Oh, what if? Push past it and catch yourself and say, no, it always works for me. Always. I'll crack on. I find the solution tonight, this day, right now. Now I'm here, right? That's where the truth lies. My friends, I have to let you go. So thank you so much, all of you who joined us. look, if any of the things we talked about today is a struggle for you, sometimes we didn't say that. I've got mindset coach. I've got great friends like Lydia and Ari and many more, right? Zion he helps people to apply positivity in their lives. So do talk to him, do connect with him if you need help, you want help to explore how to apply to the things we talked about today and in this room as a whole. Last, I'll say to you, my friends, thank you for all your amazing comments. Thank you for those who come to share. But go now, everyone. After the event, go to the event page, go through the comments, see which comments resonate with you, and see which people who were here resonate with you. Those who resonate, respond to the comments. Those who resonate, follow them, or maybe you want to send a connection request, and then meet with them afterwards. Yeah, but thank you so much. Let's carry on building our network. Let's carry on supporting each other. Let's carry on being positive, and let's make our lives truly the life that we truly want. And I thank you, Ari. Thank you, everyone that shared. Thank you, Lydia. It's been a great show. I've enjoyed this one more than all the other ones. I mean that sincere. I don't say that lightly. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna play outgoing music. Here goes. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum.